Hi guys, and thank you for joining me for another flute lesson. Today we're going to be working on something a little bit different. We're going to be working on your ensemble pieces. You might be wondering what the word ensemble means. So an ensemble is when two or more people play together, and usually they play different parts, so it all comes together as one piece, but different, completely different parts happening. So for these flute pieces, there are always three different parts. So this one that I'm going to show you today is called Clown Dance, and this is part number 1. So it's flute 1. Okay. New things that you need to get used to. If you look at your screen at the music here, you will see that there are capital letters at the start of each line. So A here, B and C. These are called rehearsal figures, rehearsal marks. So that when everyone is playing together, we can just say, well, let's go from figure A, and immediately you know where you're going from. Or rather than saying, oh, let's go from bar 5, because in your music it's actually quite well structured. So bar 5 is just at the start of the line, but say we were going from bar 7, and it just takes a little bit longer to find the bars than it does to find the rehearsal figures. And we use this a lot in orchestras. When you play in an orchestra, you use that quite a lot. So yes, that's just one more thing to get used to, and I'll be referring to those throughout the lesson. Now let's start by putting our flutes together, and I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember to have your flute lined up, and to have, so that was the whole of the mouthpiece with the keys, and the foot joint, make sure that it crosses that key over there. Okay, lovely. Let's do a quick warm up. So using the notes C, B, A and G. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start with the note C, and we're going to hold it for 4 beats, and then we're going to play 4 tars on a C. Then we move on to B, hold it for 4 beats, and then 4 tars on a B, and then same thing with A and same thing with G. Okay, let's give it a go. So start on C. Remember, C is B without the thumb. Okay, here we go. So C, B, A, G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. Always making sure that you're tonguing and that you relax a little bit more for the G. Okay. And yes, and try and keep your flute quite nice and stable when you go from B to C. So just lifting, I'm going to turn around so you can see, just lifting your thumb. So most of the weight of the flute goes on your left hand index finger, like that, and so that your thumb moves freely. Okay? All right. Now, looking at the music on the screen, let's start by saying the Kadai sounds, as we always do. So, nothing new here, it's just tars and twos, as you see here. Let's give it a go. Okay, Kadai first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 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 2. Ta, 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 2, 2. Ta, 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 2. Ta, 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 2, 2. two, ta ta two, ta ta two, ta ta two, 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 ta ta two, ta ta two, ta ta two, two. Very good. Let's now say the names of the notes. First note, oh, that's easy, isn't it? Because we know that our G clef, we have our G clef here, and we know that that line over here is the G line. So you know that any note on that line is going to be a G. So this is our first note for this piece. So G, and then we go up one step. So we ascend, we're ascending. So G, then A, and then another step up is B, and another step up is C. Right, let's say the note names. Here we go. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, B, B, C, 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 B, A, B, G, A, G, A, B, B, C, 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 B, G, A, G, 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 C, C, G, 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 C, C, B, B. Very good. I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted there. Now, yeah, let's say in mime. So grab your flutes. You can rest your flute on your shoulder if that's comfortable. And we're going to start with the note G. Okay, so saying the notes out loud as you did now and miming them on your flute. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, B, B, C, 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 B, A, B, G, A, G, A, B, B, C, 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 B, G, A, G, G. G, 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 C, C, G, 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 C, C, B, B. Very good. If it feels too long, you can always break these steps up a little bit. So say just do the first 2 lines for each of the steps. That's absolutely fine. It was, yeah, it is quite a stretch, but yeah, so it's up to you to pause the video and just spend more time. Now let's try playing it. So we're going to try playing it without any backing track for now, and then we'll try it with a backing track. Things to bear in mind: you start forte, so that's the Italian word for loud. So that's the first and second lines, because basically you have the tune, okay? And then from figure B, there we go. And it's not the note B, it's figure B, and you start on a G. So don't get confused with notes and rehearsal marks. So from figure B, you need to, as I was saying, from figure B, you're going to have to play a little bit softer because you don't have the tune anymore. Okay, so a different part will have the tune at that stage. So it obviously makes sense to bring out the tune and keep everything else more in the background. I mean, it's not that you're not important anymore. You are, because you're actually driving the rhythm through. Okay, so it's important that we stay steady and really secure, but we just play a little bit softer. Okay. Okay, let's give it a go. Here we go. Very beginning. Starting on a G. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Just before we carry on and before we try it with the backing track, there are 2 bars in the piece that you might be struggling with. So when you spot excuse me, when you spot places like that where you know there's a transition that you're not totally comfortable with, you just stop and you don't practice the whole piece. Okay, so you just focus on that bar or that transition. So the bars I'm talking about are bar 3, so 1, 2, 3, this one here, and also bar 7, this one over here. Okay, so I just want to work on these 2 bars isolated, and then we'll put them back together. So bar 3, let's look at this one here. Kadai wise, it's absolutely fine. It's just ta 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 ta. That's absolutely fine, isn't it? Note wise is not as easy. So you have B, A, B, G. Now, if you focus on the first 3 notes, B, A, B, that's all right, isn't it? It's only when you add the G that it becomes a little bit more confusing. So just do a few times B, A, B, and stop. B, A, B, and you're telling your brain that it's fine, I've got this. B, A, B, B, A, B. Now, what I would like you to do next is to go from B to G. Okay, so you do have to put down 2 fingers. B, G, and do that a few times. B, G. Pause the video if you have to and spend a little bit more time. B, G. Okay, now when you put it together, focus on the first 3 notes, the easy ones first. B, A, B, and then G. B, A, B, G. B, A, B, G. So we're basically looping that bar, okay? B, A, B, G. Okay. Next step is to put bar 3 and 4 together. So you get used to having bar 4 coming and not bar 3 again as we were just looping. So B, A, B, G, A, repeat after me. B, A, B, G, A, very good. And if you're ready to do it with your flute, then go ahead and do it as I was doing it now. Let's just try playing those 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. If that's not comfortable yet, that's absolutely fine. Just pause the video and go over those 2 bars a few more times until you feel completely fine. Okay, very good. Let's now focus on bar 7 and 8. Bar 7 first. So again, Kadai wise, that's absolutely fine. Just ta 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 2 2. Notes, we have B, G, A, G, G. Okay, one more time. B, G, A, G, G. Very good. And now let's try miming it. So from B, you go straight down to a G. So 2 fingers down. So actually the hard bit is straight at the start of the bar, okay, not like the other bar. So B, G, and do that a few times again. B, G, B, G, very good. And now you've got an A after the G, so just lift one finger. Here we go, B, G, A, and again, B, G, A, B, G, A, and the rest is really easy, isn't it? So B, G, A, G, G. So you've done the hard bit. And again, if you need to repeat it, please do. Okay, let's try playing bar 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Just in case you get confused with the bar numbers, I just thought of that right now. So this is how it works. Obviously this is bar 1, then bar 2, then bar 3, then bar 4. And then at the start of each line you'll have a bar number. So this is bar 5. So you don't have to go to the beginning to count the bar numbers again. Yeah, so that's bar 5, bar 6, bar 7, bar 8, and so on. Okay. Right, let's now try playing the whole thing with a backing track. Okay, let's give it a go. So I've recorded the other 2 parts. Actually, I've recorded all 3 parts. So the backing track that you will hear will be all 3 parts playing at the same time. So you have to play on top of that, and that means that you're getting used to listening to different parts playing while sticking to your part. Okay, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's a little bit faster. So G, A, B, B, C, 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 B, A, B. If you think that you're not quite ready for that yet, absolutely fine. You go back and you do the steps again, maybe a little bit faster. Okay, good, let's give it a go. And I'll count you in for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. I'm just going to play the backing track one more time without me playing, so you can actually hear what's going on. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fantastic. I will be recording the other parts as well, so you can always try any of the parts if you'd like. If you're happy with this one already, you can go to Flute 2, and then Flute 3 is a little bit harder, but you can try it definitely. You can definitely try it, and yes, and then use the backing track to put it all together, because it's a lot more fun to do it with everybody, isn't it? All right, that's the end of this lesson. I hope you join in for some more. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.